And we're good. So I can shift this so I can actually see the screen. Da-da-da-da. I don't want to go too far over here, so let's kind of shift this a little. Really am gonna run out of paint from this project, aren't I? Well, not too much to be done for that. Yep, let's get some paint on the palette. Let's see. Yeah. Hello everyone in chat. I'm just painting this Repulsor Executioner at the moment, just doing a bit of the underside. I will interact with any and all chat messages if anyone wants to speak. Hello, Senor Forsyphilus? I think that's what that says. I think that's your username. Yes, thank you. Okay, I'll just flip this around for the moment. I do actually have this entire front main area painted in green. I'm just kind of getting the underside that's not going to be attached to the base. Actually, I have already worked on the base a little. How? A lot of time. I worked on the base, so I got the base ready. I put the the see-through clear stand on. So yeah, once I get the main tank, really just once I get this bottom side painted, I should be able to put it on the stand, which would be cool. It's kind of abusing this brush to get the good, clean look, but, you know, is what it is. The brush can survive. Hello, Dominionaire. Let's get some green. Let's see, again, we'll go back over here. Can you see this? Oh, you can't actually. There we go. Got some music in the background, otherwise it's a little uneventful. Getting some paint to go on my wet palette, because otherwise this takes a very long time otherwise. very aggressive, but it's just such a massive model that I kind of have to be this aggressive to really get everything without an airbrush. If I did have one, that would change things pretty significantly, but again, I don't have one, unfortunately. The tank is definitely showing the value of an airbrush though, so I'm now really considering getting one. Ah, my hand's blocking it, sorry. Let's see, get the side a little. The backdrop. Gotta grab this line right here. So you can see I'm gonna paint this bit right now. You can barely see it actually. But oh well. Again, this area just needs a little bit of green so that if you look under it from a bit of shade, it's clearly green, but it doesn't need like a super thick coat just because, again, this is the underside. The tank's gonna be looked at like this. So this area you can see I based very strongly. And I will be doing highlights of that soon enough. The main thing that's going to take effort at this point is all the tiny, tiny details all over the tank, which I'm just going to get away with. Oh, shoot. With a dry brush, kind of a dry brush. This brush isn't really perfect for it, but it gets all the details pretty well. But yeah, so that's actually, I can show you, I completed a different part of the tank already. Completed the top part. Well, yeah, I'd say it's completed, honestly. So we got the giant laser gun, the Gatling gun. Hi, Odenway. Some little bit of battle damage. This turret. But yeah, the top part of this gun is complete. Top part of the tank, really. Looks a little better from farther away. So yeah, I'm gonna need more green. I need so much green for this tank. Actually requires a stupid amount. I'm gonna run out of this paint. Like, I'm actually gonna run out before I finish painting all my salamanders. Because I got this guy, right, which is taking a lot of my paint. Then, of course, Invader ATV, you can kind of see in the background. I got a very large amount of salamanders units. So, yeah, I'm almost certainly gonna need a refresh of this. Which, I'm gonna have a lot left, luckily, but still. Let's see. Oh, right here needs a lot. The one area that can be seen. That area is ooh. A lot of these areas, I'm not gonna do a full proper highlight of the tank. I mean, I'll do a good amount of highlighting, but I'm just gonna go one layer of Warp Strong Glow because otherwise I'm gonna be here for so long. It's just not worth it, really. I mean, it'll look really cool, but it's gonna look cool either way. That's the thing. I can always put in details later. That's actually most of the green, I think. Just doing a little bit of final touch-ups over here. I think I'm going to move on to the silver and gold, I think I will paint this area green. Yeah, I think I will. So actually, in that case, let me get more green from my wet palette and get started on that. I think the grav plate work is Would a silver work better? I don't think it would. I honestly don't think it would. Maybe silver highlights, but a full silver? No. Silver details, maybe, but this whole thing doesn't need to be silver. I'm likely going to be putting on a lot of attachments to keep this tank on its base. Because this connection, it's a good connection. I do not think it is strong enough. I do not want to put all my trust in a connection like that. Just because this tank is going to be very heavy, just in general. So I would prefer like a very solid connection. Wow. I did like 2 grav plates and that's all my green on my wood palette. I just put this to the side and let's get some more green. Honestly, maybe I should have live streamed a bit more of the process. But oh well, it's a bit too late for that. Getting some green. It's a lot of green. Should be pretty good. Let's get some more on. Oh yeah, it's nice. Just kidding. Ooh, that green. Ooh. It does look good, but it needs a lot more depth to work. Because otherwise it just looks very flat with all the grav plates being green. But depth isn't hard. Either that or I make all the details silver, which is a significantly easier step, to be fair. Maybe I'll do that. As you can see, there's a lot of joints. I mean, it does make sense. I think it actually is silver on the actual model, isn't it? I have it right here, so I'm just gonna double check. It is, it is silver on the actual model. That does make that actually, actually I can show you guys. On the box, on the box itself, the grav plates are silver. So, that does change my opinion ever so slightly, but, I still... Do I want to make that gray? Do I want to make that silver? It's a really tough decision. I think I will, because there's a lot of green already. And the top of the turret doesn't have all that much contrast with the green. At least not with the, Yeah, silver. I'm definitely thinking silver now. So let me just clean off the brush. Because I've really painted all the green on this guy. I'll look over. Here, let's look over, see if there's any spots missing green. Because on the bottom it doesn't matter too much, especially here. But back here... Yeah, no, everything that needs to be green or is super unnoticeable. Yeah, no, everything's good on the green side. So let's clean off the brush a little more. I'm gonna need a new towel soon. It's very close to running out. And let's get ourselves some gray to base coat the metallics. It's a good step. Yeah, I think the way I'll do this is the same way I did for the main turret. Main gun, whatever you want to call it. There, that should be easy. Just gonna put this here. I like the... Okay, so where do we want to start with the silver? I think we'll do the grav plates. I'll ignore these ones just because they're still a little wet. But here are not wet. I just remembered a critical step. I'm going to edit the description later. I just realized. Knew something's been missing. Oh shoot. There we go. Now I can see it. You know what? Let's just kind of flip this around for now. Luckily, unlike with the green, I can be much more... Like, I can be much less careful with the base coat because it will be covered with silver in the future. So I don't need a super thorough base coat. I don't need to go over every single spot and make sure it's all perfect. Which is nice, you know? So let's get some more gray, because that was not all that much. Okay, got some gray. Nice. Oh, wait, I just realized right here needs to be green. I'll get that later. Oh, I see. Well, that's... I mean, I suppose it makes sense. It's a very popular topic in YouTube Shorts politics right now, so... Yep. I suppose it makes sense someone would be talking about it, but still, I'm surprised that was the one directly after. I wonder if that's more of a commentary on what YouTube thinks my channel is like, or what your algorithm is, like what the kind of videos you watch. A little more. Let's get some more gray. Man, takes a while to paint. Oh yes, of course. Constantly talking about politics, you know. Discussing how the Imperium of Man deals with the Tyranid threats. Of course. The political instability in the Imperium of Man, which, to be fair, is always there, always has been, always... maybe not always will be. It depends if the Emperor returns. If he does, political instability, after a very long, like, civil war in the Imperium of Man, political instability will be gone. After a very long civil war, because, like, 3/4 of the Imperium of Man is super religious and completely against how the Emperor actually wanted it to be, and the other quarter are Space Marines and super dedicated forces that will gladly fight for the Emperor against the corrupt, like, Aetherarchy and other forces. I need to shift this so I can actually look. Maybe if I can actually see the screen. There we go. It's a little easier to see. So let's turn this guy on the side and let's get these little plates done. that should honestly be good for the gray, mostly. In that specific area, of course. Just gonna hit the tops a little. Because it doesn't need too much gray, because again, it's gonna be silver going over all of it. I need some more gray. Though I also need some more gray, funnily enough. Perfect timing. Let us get some more gray out of the bottle, which, yeah. Funnily enough, this tank will actually be one of my simplest models to paint, I think. It's just very, very big. Because again, I'm happy with how it looks. Even if it doesn't look as good as my other models, because it's so big. And I am putting enough detail that I'm happy with it. So, again, it's probably not going to be a big problem. Yeah, let's see if there's any other areas that need some more gray before I can start moving on. Oh, yeah, back here needs some reinforcement. You can kind of see the original green shining through, but that's not a big deal, luckily. Let's do this bit. Then we can go back, do these bits on the bottom. And then that'll be it for the grav plates. And then I think we can kind of reach everything else, like the back pipes, the actual back pipes. Yeah, honestly, and then everything else is just details and highlights, which is surprisingly simple for such a massive build. Because again, this tank is really big. Like, here. Let me put into context how massive this tank is. I need to go get a Space Marine for this. I'll be back in a second. Okay, here's some context for the true size of this huge, huge tank. So we'll just grab the we're not going to actually put it on. We're just going to let it sit. So this is the tank. Without the base. The base actually makes it taller, but this is just the tank. This is a normal Space Marine standing next to the tank. He is a Space Marine, like a Primaris Space Marine. So this is like 8 feet tall. This guy is half the size. 2 of these guys become the height of the tank. And the tank is like 1, 2. That's at least 3 Space Marines long. That is a very large tank. Here, I'll just put this like back here so you can kind of see it. Yes, they are huge. Massive tanks. So yeah, but that also means that small details don't... Again, here, I'll show you. This is what I plan to be the completely finished top. Like, you can see I did a little bit of battle damage. But other than that, like, he is fine. Like, there really isn't much detail here. Of course, the silver is normal. The gold is good. You can see I put on a rudimentary layer of highlights. And of course, I put a lot of work into Space Marine, even though I ended up messing that up a little with battle damage. But yeah, really, it's not too bad. So you can barely see the blurry outline of it back here, if you can see a little. And then, of course, our base, which is just a nice normal base. Though I did put a lot of magnets on this guy. Like, a lot of magnets on this. I might honestly put on... let me do it. Let me do it real quick. Pause the painting. We're going to put a magnet on this base. Grab a magnet. So we're going to put this magnet right here. Grab a magnet sticker. Because, again, this tank is so big. Like, I want every single magnet possible. So just put the sticker on. Peel it. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Peel it. Okay, give me a sec. Peel it off. Jesus Christ. Okay, give me a second. There we go. Jeez, that took an inordinate amount of effort. Okay, now we just pop the sticker on. There we go. So now we have a ton of magnets on this base. So this tank will be sitting very securely. And yeah, let's do a little bit of continuing. So we were doing gray base coat for all the metallic bits. So currently the grav plates. So let's continue with that. I gotta do it. I just keep being bugged by it. Need to go back and fix it. Even if it doesn't matter. This will be completely and utterly covered up in the future. I have to do it. My, what's it called? Perfectionism refuses to leave it behind. Okay, I think I'm going to use the last bit of my gray on the wet palette at the moment for this large grav plate for at the front of the tank. And then I will get some more. Where's my, here's my gray. Gray. I'm going to shake this up off camera for comfort. Open it up also off camera because, again, comfort. Then just grab a little bit of gray. No, just a tiny little bit of gray. We're gonna need to use all of this and more, because oh my god. Tank is huge. Okay, pop this back in the background. And yeah, let's continue. Let's put some more gray over here. Now, big important part. We flip this on its side so we can reach here. Get that nice side of the grav plate, and more importantly, the sides of these grav plates. This charger is actually so fast. In 30 minutes, my phone went from 30% to 80%. Crazy. Now let's pop this up here so we can grab the tops of the grav plates. Now we'll of course grab some more gray. And instead of the tops, we'll go to the sides of the side grav plates. We only need to do one. Oh, and we gotta do the backs of the grav plates. A lot of painting here. Luckily, it's not much work. It's not much thinking, really. Because unlike with, again, for example, a smaller model, honestly, even something like a Dreadnought, which is half the size of this, you can still focus on the details and not be completely, overwhelmed. But when you just get to something this absolutely massive, you just I mean, it depends on which details, right? Like all these little rivets and ladders and stuff, that all gets, like, that's just gonna get hit with a dry brush. But small things like this, I'm gonna go through like each individual piece and paint that. Again, it's really just, also it's just how you want to do it, you know. That's what'll leave me happy with the end result. Probably, I'll have to see if I decide to go through a third layer of highlights. I very well might, honestly. I very well might go through a third layer. Just, I don't know, just so it reaches that, like, emerald hue my salamanders have. It's a very aggressive way to apply the paint, but it's working, so. Luckily, these are not very fragile parts like antennas, otherwise this method would brutalize the model. So this will honestly probably be the heaviest armor in my army, period, honestly. Because again, it's kind of twofold. On the one hand, I don't want to paint a bunch of tanks. And then on the other hand, this is like literally the biggest tank I can get that's not like 500 billion points in game. Like this tank is, this right here is 250 points. So this is a massively expensive model. But it's also really, really powerful. One, this weapon back here, the las rifle, the laser destroyer, has the power to put an Imperial Knight on the verge, or an Imperial or Chaos Knight on the verge of death. It has the infantry stopping power to actually be like the front line of the army. So yeah, it is incredibly powerful. And on top of all that, this guy carries 6 Space Marines. So it is also a transport, which is, that whole combination is kind of insane. But at the same time, if I'm paying 250 points for a singular model, that model better be good. You know what I mean? So on the one hand, it's kind of surprising just how insanely powerful it is. And then on the other hand, it makes complete sense. Because if a tank wasn't this powerful, you know what I just realized? I'm going to be able to play this the next time I'm in shop. The next time I'm at a store or anything, and this is battle ready. Like right now, it's battle ready. It's so cool. And that's so awesome. I don't think this model will ever be parade ready by my standards. I mean, here's the thing. There's always a chance in the future I come back and I'm like, you know what? This tank, let's repaint that tank. It might be interesting. Might be an interesting experience. Hello to everyone. I will respond to any and all chat messages if anyone's interested in talking. And right now I'm just painting this, I believe, Repulsor Executioner, which is one of the biggest tanks Space Marines have access to on tabletop. So yeah. Odin Way, are you still there? I want to know. Let us see. Yeah, that's the main parts. Now I'm just going to do details up here. Nice, nice. So It seems like you're currently the only one on stream, if YouTube statistics aren't lying to me. Oh, or not. But yeah, Repulsor Executioner, massive tank. Surprisingly, this is probably going to be one of my quickest Space Marine models that I've ever painted. Because even though it's huge, it is most certainly the longest model it took me to build. This thing took like 5 to 6 hours of building to get this thing done. Because, oh my god, so many pieces. But not only was it decently fun, it's actually very quick to paint. At least when I'm breaking out the massive brush and not caring too much about the quality. I just touch up the fronts. Let's get them all done. When this goes silver, it's gonna look so cool. But I want to get everything that's gonna be silver first. Okay, important question for chat. Should I paint this kind of gear hole silver or not? Because this is gonna be invisible. This right here is gonna be completely invisible. But, you know, I might still want to paint it. Because, like, this will be completely invisible. There's 0 situations in which it will ever be seen. Because I just tapped it, that's it. Because while I'm not going to take off the top, or, while I'm not going to glue the top, yeah, just no reason to paint it, so I probably won't. But yeah, while I'm not going to glue the top on, it does fit super snugly, and once I matte varnish and everything, it's going to be, like, nigh impossible to get stuff out. Like, dry fitting isn't even a real option, honestly. Because it's just such a snug fit that once I fit it in, it just doesn't want to move at all. Especially after a primer and varnish and layers of paint make an already super snug fit, like, completely unreversible. Like, you can already see some of the primer scraped off while I was shifting it around. Inside the tank, I took it off a couple times, on and off. Ended up priming everything separately. Not every piece or anything. Okay. I've had this idea for a while now, and I keep forgetting to do it. One of these days, for a much smaller box, I want to paint all the pieces on the sprue and then assemble it together after. I think if I do it right, that could be a super fun thing. But the thing is, my favorite part most of the time for 40K is the building. So putting that at the very end kind of, I don't know. It's like the model is sitting there waiting for me to build it the whole time. So, and I always forget once I get new models. Although, to be fair, for models like the Inceptors, like, I wouldn't have wanted to do it for them. Yeah, let's get... Ooh, nice. Let's get some gray on the booster packs or whatever they're called. Should I do some, like, OS... I will. Yeah, no, there's no point in not doing it. Some OSL on these giant packs. Pink packs, whatever you want to call them. Boosters. Because it's not really a point. Also, you'd have a bunch of unpainted parts with the mold lines. Well, I mean, it kind of depends. I think. Because I feel like if you go about it the right way, it could be... Well, the thing is, you can also clean up all the mold lines and such before painting the model. Does that make sense? Because, I mean, you still have a knife, you still have a mold line to deal with. But I do definitely see what you're saying. Like, the connection points, you just literally are unable to paint those with that method. Nonetheless, it might still be an interesting experience. So if I do it for a box I don't care too much about, it could be kind of fun. But the other worry is scratching off and not having good connections. Yeah, it'd be tough. I'm gonna have to go over or at least the green, and just see where I've been scraping off paint while holding the tank and moving it around. So I've been inevitably doing it in some spots. Nice. So, honestly, I have to wonder at what exact size of models does it become more practical to paint it like the way I'm doing right now than to like very carefully paint each individual bit. Like if I had to guess, I would actually say it's not a size, but actually a class of model. Like for example, for Emotech, no, not Emotech, Siskorak, the Silent King, and his like truly massive model, you just wouldn't really do the same method because of all the super intricate details. But for like any tank really, like with all the really large flat surfaces, you could definitely make it work, I think. Yeah, I do have to wonder. Because like a dreadnought actually wouldn't suffer too much from this technique, but it does have a lot of smaller details. I could imagine it getting like damaged by the very aggressive way this painting technique works. Because it is very aggressive. It's a very unpopulated stream today. Which, I mean, to be fair, that is partly my fault. I did not think I would have time to stream. But then the snow came in. So yeah. Does make sense. Wow, someone just scrolled right past. I feel like I'm missing somewhere like super important that I'm just completely forgetting that I need to put this gray on. Here, let's just look over the model, pull this back a little, and see if there's anywhere where this wide brush could apply the gray. The grav plates are looking good. The bolters could definitely use the base coat. Yeah, I don't want to put it on these exhaust pipes. I feel like that's better for a bronze. Grav, that's all green. Yeah, no, I think that's everywhere. So now here is where the purpose of that step comes in. But first I've got to clean the brush very thoroughly. So there's going to be a lot more silver. The model is going to look... Honestly, I think it's going to look a lot better with the silver. I'm going to really have to clean this brush at some point. It is kind of dirty. Not dirty, but... Not nearly as clean as it could be. But yeah, let's get started on the next step. Shake the silver. Open it up. You can see I'm not running that low, but I don't have a ton. Luckily, it won't be the entire thing, but it will most certainly be quite a lot. And now, Watch how smoothly this applies. Just even with a super like rushed layer, just super smoothly goes on. And as long as I'm careful, it just goes on very easily, which is the benefit. Yes, I do. The only reason I'm doing this tank part by part is just because it's so big and there's so many details covered by the turret that it's just, even for me, who does the most impractical way of painting, where I almost always complete the entire miniature. Like, even for me, I don't want to put the entire mini together first. I mean, quote unquote mini. It really is quite big, very big. But yeah, I do varnish the whole model. Although I think I need to go a little, like, tone down a little bit, because I think I might be overdoing the varnish right now. I have the rattle can from the army painter, so it's a very good varnish. Very durable. Just got to give it the appropriate time to dry, otherwise, whew, yeah, you really want to give it the appropriate time to dry. Let's get some more silver. Oh man, it looks so good. Once I put some Nuln Oil on that, oh man, it's gonna be awesome. Only really gonna need Nuln Oil on the front bits, actually, because I'm not really gonna see anywhere else. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hear me out. My painting skills are incredible. Okay, anyways. Flip. And very aggressively brush on, because that's actually the most efficient way to get this paint on. Because I did the base coat, the paint applies so smoothly that it's actually incredibly practical to just get the silver on as quickly as possible. Oh man, yeah, the silver was such a good idea. Oh my gosh. It looks so much better this way. Hi, Drippy Chicken. Hi, Jin. Dingly ding. I am painting my biggest model yet. Biggest model ever. A Repulsor Executioner. I have the head finished. Not the head, the turret finished, main gun. Just putting this in the back. And I have the base finished. So yeah, I'm just painting some silver on the grav plates. Thank you. What should I call it? Jinding. I'll say Jinding, because your username is too long. Honestly, there is a very real chance I finish this tank today, just because, here, I'll show you. Again, this is all I'm doing. So what I really did here is actually very simple. Base coated the green, same green here, and the silver. Then I just applied a shade and a little bit of highlighting to the silver and one dry brush of the green on the gun. Oh shoot, that's whatever. Yes, I agree. Again, that's also why I am doing at least one highlight, because that change in color does make it look significantly better. I'm actually ruining these brushes, but it's fine. This is a super cheap brush. And I do have brush soap, so it'll be fine. It'll survive. It totally isn't cooked. Oh, let's see. I just put a little bit of silver in the back. That's like the one area behind the grab plates that's super duper visible. So I definitely want that to have the silver. Oh yeah, look at that. And also, something to consider, I will pick out details. So all the lights, the Aquila, these little bits here, like all of that will also be done. There's a little skull here, like all of that will be picked out. I'm just doing the really big parts first because, again, that's just the more annoying bit for me. Maybe annoying is the wrong word. That's the less fun bit for me. Let's shake up my bottle. Oh, I need to clean up the side of this silver. It's keeps spilling out. Let me grab paintbrush edge. Normally this isn't a problem, but I think I'm gonna have to clean out the silver. You can see here's a little bit of paint dried. Let's see if that fixes the problem. If not, then I guess I'll have to like take a minor break from the stream to clean out the paint bottle, which would be unfortunate. So I do not want to do that. Just pop this right here. It's so annoying. If anything spills, I will be deeply annoyed. Well, I guess this is where the battle damage is being added. You know, let's put this on its side so you guys can see better. Actually helps me stabilize it a lot as well, which is nice. It's so shiny, I can actually see the reflection of the brush. So that's cool. Once I apply the highlights, I'll definitely be doing like a super light dry brush of silver just to really highlight the not dings. I mean dings, but not really. Like any cuts, any bullet holes, like anything like that in the tank. And also just the edges with the silver. Maybe not a dry brush actually. I'll have to see. So I got this. Now I have to do back here, whole back here. Oh, here, and then the back, and then a tiny bit of the top. And then we'll move on to the fun part. We'll see how long this takes as well. Once I get to the more fun part, we're gonna have to worry about the orientation of the model even more than now. A little bit less stable than I'd prefer, but finger right here. And it's as stable as I could ever need. Okay, there's actually... Well, that's what battle damage looks like on my guys, so... Because I don't like using a knife and destroying the model. Kind of. It feels heretical to me. So the battle damage I do, or I will do, more accurately, will mainly just be bits of silver. Silver and black specks of paint, I think. Just because, again, using a knife or a drill or anything on the model just feels like heresy. Feels like I'm mutilating the forces of the Emperor. Just imagining how this tank is gonna play is just so fun on its own. Because this tank is like insane. It can basically point at a vehicle and just say die. And the vehicle kinda dies. It has a 2+ to hit. It does, I believe, 2 attacks with its main gun, but each attack has d6 plus 4 damage. It has a 2+ ballistics, either a 2+ or a 3+ ballistic skill, but Oath of Moment. It has 16 strength, which is again enough to pierce the hulls of an Imperial Knight, or at the very least, do very major damage to it. And maybe most importantly, it has, I can't remember what the ability is here. No, we'll look at it later. Once I finish painting it, we can look at the abilities. But yeah, I know it has a really good ability that helps it just obliterate vehicles. So, it's kind of a priority. Because also, this is really the only heavy armor I have in my army. Because, like, the other heavy armor is a Dreadnought, which is good, very strong, very nice. But a Dreadnought is no Repulsor Executioner. They're just completely different classes of just vehicle and unit. I mean, like, technically, the Repulsor Executioner has a base that's just a little bit larger than a Dreadnought's base. But in reality, this thing is like literally 2 Dreadnoughts standing next to each other. Let's see. Ooh, that's a lot of missing silver. Oh, your cat's eating leaves? Well, let's hope those leaves are not toxic. Or catnip. That would also not be good, honestly. Although it would certainly be better than poison. Probably. I don't know. I don't really own a cat. Never owned a cat. Probably never will own a cat. So I can't really tell you. Can't really speak much about him. I just can't see myself owning a cat in the future. Or really any pet. Just having a creature I have to take care of sounds... It doesn't sound very fun or pleasant in any sense of the word. He has his own catnip. Oh, he's destroyed. I feel like the worry for catnip isn't that the catnip itself is the problem, but that the mindset it induces in the cat is going to cause it to do something very dangerous or very reckless. That's. I mean, I don't have a cat. I have no idea if this is like an accurate representation of reality, like at all. But he has his own catnip bush. Ooh. I mean, interesting. This is a very productive stream. This is a very productive stream today. I mean, I've got the graph plates done. I was like entirely this stream. It's might be in. I might show you guys that we might do a room reveal if we finish up enough that I varnish. Might do a room reveal. We'll see. We'll have to see. We've already been here for an hour. Okay, let's look. So we have our grav plates. Oh, I completely forgot to do one. I just completely missed a grav plate. You know, it's already February 22nd, funnily enough. Just a tiny little bit away from the beginning of March. And some hopefully exciting things happen in March. We'll see if... Because there is this one YouTuber who holds a giveaway. So, you know, there's always a chance. So I'm planning to enter it. And if I somehow manage to win this very large giveaway, then I will basically get a 1,000 point Custodes army. Yeah, we're almost done. We have the graph plates all complete. Now we just have to do the giant jump boosters. Not jump, the giant propelling boosters, I guess. And since they're already base coated, I can just go over them really hard with the silver. Get that shiny look of silver. Oh wow, this brush is getting kind of obliterated. Okay, let's put the tank back. Oh. Let's put the tank aside for a moment. Let's wash this brush. Let's see if I can clean it up a little. There's a lot of stray bristles, but at the same time, most of their problems is that they have a lot of dried paint on them. So let's just see if I can clean the bristles a little. Okay, let us continue. Let's get a little bit of silver on the end. A lot of bit of silver on the end. And let's put some silver pop on these boosters. I very well might live stream until this tank is complete, which would be cool. Because again, I do have the top turret complete and the Space Marine. I'm just missing this part of the tank, which, as you can see, is really starting to come together. Actually, can you see? Oh, you really can't see. Here. Once I finish the boosters, then I will give like a small tour of the tank, I think. So you can get an idea of what it looks like. That's booster 1. Let's get booster 2. And then I think I will dedicate everything else to a small paintbrush. Or, more accurately, a normal miniature paintbrush, and not this really poor quality one. But I mean, hey, it does its job, so don't really care about its quality. Let's see. I'm not seeing much else that needs silver. At least silver on this back. Oh, I almost forgot. Never mind, I just blanked out for a moment. Let's see. Ooh, that looks silvery. Okay, that is honestly, that's the silver right there. So let's look at the tank. Oh, wow, that really peeled off. One sec. Wow, that, like, disappeared. Huge amount of the silver on the front of the tank is gone. We'll double check everywhere else now. Yeah, okay, there we go. So I think I'm gonna put this down, let everything dry for a moment. And while I do, we'll figure out our next steps. So let's think for a moment. What should we do? I'm thinking I put this brush away. And let's get my smaller base coating brush. And I think what we can do now is... yeah, so let's grab... oh, that's not sealed. There we go, okay. Grab base coating brown. Grab base coating gray. And I think what we do is we base coat everything smaller. So for example, these gun barrels. So let's get my gray. Let's start work on those. I care about this brush a lot more, so I have to be a little carefuler. Carefuler. That's not a word. More careful. And then oh shoot, that wasn't correct. And then what I'm thinking I'll do is that the gray, or at the cases, will be black instead of green. Because again, more contrast is always a good thing on a massive model like this. Okay, there we go, there we go. Let's grab a little more gray. Let's see, where else? This is silver. If anyone wants to talk, I am here looking at chat. So yeah, just currently base coating some silver parts. So yeah. Nice, Cattlecrafter. Nice. Yeah, I'm just painting the Repulsor Executioner right now. Just doing some base coating of all the parts. It's a very big tank. So here, I can actually show you. I earlier finished the turret. So yeah, this is basically what I plan to do for the rest of the model. Yeah, I hope it was a good dinner. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I honestly, even though this is like by far the biggest model I've ever painted, like here, let me just put into perspective how massive this is. This is the size of an Infernus Marine. This is how big an Infernus Marine it is compared to the tank. Massive size difference. Like, it's kind of insane how big the tank is. It is huge. But yeah, that also means it is actually, funnily enough, easier to paint because you can see this is the only level of detail I'm really going to. So not doing too much, because I am dry brushing the individual bits, but I'm not really doing as much as I normally might on a model. Let's see. Where else do I need to put some gray? Okay, so now here comes the real big. This is going to be honestly the major time sink. These little bits on the side. I'm going to put a lot of detail into them, kind of in hopes that people kind of focus on that and the giant gun a little more, and don't look too hard at the rest of the tank. Because I do not want to spend like 45 years on the tank. I'm going to be honest. Like, I am going to do highlighting and stuff, but it's not going to go too far beyond battle ready, I think. At least by my standards. Because, my standards are a little bit exacting. Oh yeah, terrain as well. Honestly, for terrain, I would probably paint it even less detailed than the tank. Just because I don't want to paint terrain. Like, I just really don't want to paint terrain. Okay. Once I varnish this guy, though, he's going to be sitting there for a very long time. Because I messed up the varnish a little bit on the turret. You can see, you can't really see it. But yeah, I messed up the varnish a little, and I do not want to repeat that on the main chassis. I mean, maybe I'll do it a little bit intentionally, but it would be a very tiny amount. I did it a little too much on the main gun of the turret, of the tank, not turret. It's not a turret. It's the Fire Strike Servo turret I'm thinking of. Speaking of, yesterday I actually played a game of 40K at my local game store. It was a very small game. It was only 500 points. But we actually had very similar things. So my opponent had a Brutalis Dreadnought, 5 Heavy Intercessors, a Gravis Captain, 3 Blade Guard Veterans, and a Judicar. And I used 10 Heavy Intercessors, a Gravis Captain, a Iron Strike Servo Turret, and a Tech Marine. And my opponent actually said they would have used 10 Heavy Intercessors as well. So if they had their other 5 Heavy Intercessors with them, because they forgot to bring them, I probably would have used my Dreadnought instead. So we would have had like almost identical armies. I would have, because I used Eradicators as well, which didn't actually get to shoot, but I still ended up winning. But nonetheless, the Eradicators didn't actually get a chance to shoot, unfortunately, because they got brutalized. Like, I think one guy got off, shot once and missed. And then after that, the Brutalis Dreadnought charged them. But the Iron Strike Servo Turret, while I was moving, got an insane overwatch where out of the 12 wounds of the Brutalis Dreadnought, 7 were taken off by a single shot from the Iron Strike Servo Turret. Like, an insanely good shot. So that shot basically enabled the Heavy Intercessors to, once they were shooting not from Overwatch as the normal shot, it enabled them to basically gun down the Brutalis Dreadnought. So it was kind of epic. Like, the Heavy Intercessor block is sitting on an objective, and the Brutalis Dreadnought, after killing the Eradicators in a single like swipe of its claws, like turns towards the Heavy Intercessors, and then they just open fire, and the Dreadnought just dies. The Dreadnought explodes. The Dreadnought didn't actually explode, it just fell. If it had exploded, that would have been cool, because none of my guys are in range, so it would have just been a boom. So yeah, that was really fun. And then the Blade Guard and Judicar kind of were trying to sneak out through the back. So they were kind of moving through the side and took out the Tech Marine in like no time at all. Like, they destroyed the Tech Marine. Like, Tech Marine didn't even get a chance to attack. But the Heavy Intercessors once again proved to be incredible, because once the Tech Marine occupied the Judicar and his Blade Guard for long enough that they didn't actually go after the Heavy Intercessors, and again, in a single turn, the entire squad died. Like, it was kind of crazy. Like, the Heavy Intercessors just looked at the Blade Guard and were like, die. And the Blade Guard were like, welp, I guess we're dead. And they all just kind of died instantly. And the Judicar was on his own. And then, of course, he didn't actually get a chance to attack because the Heavy Intercessor shot again. Yes, it was a very fun game. And it was very close in the end, actually, because there was a lot of damage done by the opponent's Heavy Intercessors throughout the game. So I only had like 5 left, but 2 of them were Heavy Bolter, 3 were normal. But yeah. 2 Heavy Bolter, 3 were normal. and my opponent just had one heavy intercessor and his captain left, and his captain was the really melee Gravis captain, the one with the Bolt Storm Gauntlet and Power Fist, so like super good in melee, but he was all the way on the other side of the battlefield, and we were only on turn 3, so I basically, and then he kind of surrendered, so I won that one. That was really fun. It was a very epic moment. Oh, this is gonna be super cool to paint. This is kind of like a reliquary thing. Yeah, and again, he just kind of sat all the way on the other side of the battlefield, so he just didn't get a single chance to attack. So he and his squad just got eviscerated. Because every single stratagem my opponent used, I used as well, except I had 5 more heavy intercessors. So I just kind of aimed, and they just kind of died. There was one minor unfortunate thing. I did not have benefit of cover for most of the game, and he did. But I used a stratagem basically every single turn because there was only one command point that let me shoot the heavy intercessors, and they had sustained hits. They had a +1 to hit. They had sustained hits, +1 to hit, criticaled on +5s, and +1 to wound, plus rerolled hits. So they had an insane lineup of buffs. They like nuked every time they shot. Like you would think there was artillery coming in from how much damage they were doing each time. I mean, that kind of insane combination is what allowed the Brutalis Dreadnought to die, because it was very close. If the Dreadnought had made a single save more, I would have been destroyed, because he would have meleeed the heavy intercessors, and that would have been the end for me. Because while heavy intercessors are okay in melee, they do not stand a chance against a Brutalis Dreadnought. Like, not even a little. But yeah, a very fun game. And that was also when I got my Inceptors and this tank. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these guns gray. And then I'll get the silver out, get everything silver. And then we'll move on to the gold details, which aren't too many. And then once all that's done, we will do all the crates and stuff on the side. Then a dry brush highlight. Or I might do a dry brush highlight now, actually. Just before I start doing all this super careful highlighting. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Okay, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to finish base coating this silver. And then we'll have some fun doing a highlight. The next time I'm gonna go is the week for the mini of the month. So he's usually around the shop. This is just the first time I've brought enough painted, like, proper stuff to really play and have like proper variety and choices, because before it was like I was just barely reaching the limit. But yeah, hopefully he'll be up for a rematch, because also we're gonna be having very similar armies when we do rematch, because we're both gonna have 10 heavy intercessors. We'll both have a dreadnought of some kind, and that's already like 480 points. So it's 10 heavy intercessors, a dreadnought, and an enhancement. Just imagining, like, describing that lore-wise is just sounds so fun. Because there's two dreadnoughts duking it out in the background, while two blocks of heavy intercessors stand on the objectives, trying to kill each other from a distance. All while the dreadnoughts are in the background, providing supporting fire, while also nuking each other with, like, crazy melee hits with power fists and chain claws, the flamers blasting. Oh, it sounds so epic when I describe it. It actually sounds so epic. I could totally write a short story about that. I can hear it. I can, like, see the vision already. Okay, I think I'm gonna put down this bit, and we're gonna get out the dry brush thing. Fireplace by Toby Fox. Okay, let me get that up real quick. We can listen to it for a second. And then we'll just put this back on once it finishes. Fireplace by Toby Fox. Yeah. Here, let me pause the music so we can listen to Fireplace. If this is horrible, I swear.
What? How? Base 44. Look, it pulls our.
Okay, Fireplace is up. Yeah. It's been a while since I've written. I can't speak. It's been a while, but I could, like, seeing it in my mind, I would definitely want to do it from the perspective of a Gravis. Like, for the perspective of that little encounter. Because it's, like, one of the few encounters I've done where it's not, like, epic heroes and, like, huge swaths of Marines are going to battle, you know what I mean? Okay, so here's how I plan to do the highlighting for the tank. So it's actually a little harder in that area, but normally it's like this. Normally it looks better when I do it like this, because it kind of sticks to the edges a little more. I mean, yeah, you could write, like, a few of your own. That would be very cool, actually. Since you're also planning to do, like, some narration, you could narrate your own stories, which would be really cool. Like, really cool. Hello, everyone who's joined. I'm just doing some highlighting on this, what's it called? Let me get the box. I don't remember what it's called. The Repulsor Executioner. No, I need to talk longer. You don't understand. I need to talk the entire time. I need to talk over every single bit of music. You're not allowed to hear it. It's heresy if you can hear the music. Everyone knows that in Warhammer 40,000, the music is the land of Slaanesh. Music is the territory of Slaanesh. So anyone listening to music is heresy. Unless you're, of course, you're an Inquisitor, in which case it's only a little bit of heresy. You can probably do it, maybe, hopefully. No, my music isn't heresy. This music's too aggressive. It's gonna spark heretical behavior and thoughts. I feel like 2 laughing, crying emojis just isn't enough. You know, we need more. We need like 40,000. So we can give a lot of variety. Oh, don't worry. The music's actually just finished. So we're going to go back to listening to before. Don't worry. See, the music is good again. Yes. Everyone needs to have like a copy and paste 40,000 character laughing script. Wait, why can't you make Deltarune references anymore? I feel like you can make plenty. Okay, I'm actually gonna destroy this brush. This brush is gonna be atomized by the time we're done here. Because otherwise this just doesn't work. But it looks so nice, that's the thing. Like, it actually really, really works, this highlighting technique. Where else do we put some highlighting? Here? I think it's a really good spot for highlighting, actually. You know what? Let's just put it everywhere. We'll worry about fixing it later. Be a little less aggressive. Yeah. Okay, that's actually really tough. Do I change the music or do I not change the music? This is actually super tough. This is probably the hardest question I've ever faced in my entire time hobbying Warhammer. Do I change the music or do I not change the music? Here, Travis, this is entirely your choice. If you say to change the music will be changed. If you say not to change the music will stay the same. This is entirely up to you. I'm putting it in your hands. This is the most critical decision I've ever made in my 40,000 minutes of Warhammer. Let's change it? Okay. You want the same music as before? Let's... I believe the song was Fireplace. I think it was Fireplace, right? Fireplace by Toby Fox. Yeah, so it's Fireplace. I was correct. I can do math. Oh, shoot. Wait, give me a sec. Okay, we'll be listening to this exact song for the next, 20 hours. Where do we want to put some highlights? I'm thinking... Honestly, this is barely dry brushing. This is really a lot closer to over brushing. I'm destroying this brush. This brush was super smooth and clean. I mean, hey, this is the first time I've used this brush, and this will probably be the second to last time. I'm gonna have to be a little more gentle here because this is very protruding. Okay, I stopped being gentle. You know, I was about to ask for clarification, but then I remembered you said you were going to be making a ton of references out of the way. So you know what? I think I'm just going to assume that actually every single thing you're saying is objective fact. Does that make sense? Let's see. Let's just pop a little more green here. Oh, look at the tank. It's actually looking so much nicer now. The green really put a lot of depth into the tank, which is nice. It's really what the tank was missing, I think. I'm just gonna have to make sure not to overdo it with the varnish, because that's the main thing that's been... Oh, shoot, I just realized I was blocking the screen. Yeah, shoot. That was weird. I swear. But whatever, it's fine. Don't worry, we'll be listening to this song for a very long time. For I have put it on loop. And the song's good enough that I do not feel a need to unloop it. So now, important question, Odenway. How many times do you want to hear this song? Or maybe more accurately, Chaotic Craft of Zero. Because I'll just default to your opinion. Okay, that's about it for that highlighting. Almost, actually. I have a little more to do. I just realized. Never mind. Nice. Okay, so we'll be listening to this again for a very long time. Because I looped it, and I honestly don't care if this is what we listen to for the next hour. A lot more. The contrast really helps. Also, doing it this way is actually a very fun way. Now, what's going to make it look really good, make it look a lot better, is once I put in all the details. For example, there's a lot of gold. There's even a bunch of silver details. Honestly, using this brush this way has actually made it more of a dry brush, a better dry brush than a worse one, funnily enough. Because the problem with this brush before is it was too closed. Do you want me to play that right now? Or do you want me to play that in like an hour? Because I'm kind of leaning towards the latter. Now, Altars of Apostasy. Altars of Apostasy. We'll go to the 7.3 million view video. Hopefully this is the one you were thinking of. And that was the ad. That sounds familiar. I recognize this from somewhere, but I don't know. I know I recognize this. This is from somewhere. I know. I am 100 billion% sure I recognize this. Like, I'm certain I've listened to a song with lyrics that goes to the tune of this, or the beat, or whatever. Okay. And that is the green of the tank. Oh, that looks so much... Honestly, this looks like a Dark Angels tank. Funnily enough. I have no idea, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea where... It's just not clicking, but I know I have. Okay, we can finally retire this brush for the day. Yes, it definitely does need flames. Because I don't want to do another layer of that highlighting. But first, we're going to grab my brown base paint. Put a ton of this on my wet palette. Not a ton. Only like an ounce or something. I don't know. Not an ounce. Like, let's be honest, I'm going to put like 2 drops of this on my wet palette. Yeah, I'll definitely add some flames. Because since I was able to do the main part of this model so quickly, I'm not feeling like burnt out on it or anything. Like, you know, done with it, bored of it. So I will definitely spend a good amount of time on flames. Honestly, there's a really good chance I don't even use any transfers on it. Because nowadays, I've gotten at least decent enough at flames that I only start using transfers when I'm getting lazy. So, like lazy or like bored with the model. I'm feeling very good about it. So, let's get a sour. There's a lot of gold on this guy. The gold is also actually a very big part of how I'm going to make this obviously a salamander's model. Because one of the very unifying elements of my army is the gold details. I mean, honestly, the only reason I'm good with flames is because literally my entire army is fire. So if I was bad at flames, that's like an embarrassment. Also, the object source lighting practice helps a ton. Not seeing any more gold details here, but let me make sure on the sides. There's a lot of gold here, actually. This is a ton of gold. I'm gonna have, I'm gonna leave this alone for now. Honestly, because these bits I'm gonna paint completely separately. So we'll. Oh wow, there's actually not that much gold. What the heck? Where's my gold? Wait, I know there's more. I know there's a bunch of gold here, but I'm not painting here right now. Okay, hi Calico Star. Well, you are appreciated. Honestly, I think that's all the gold, which is a little sad. Let's just get a tiny bit of gold paint. I don't need much. Some of my beautiful Retributor armor. Oh man, I really need some new. I need to redo my wet palette. This thing is getting a little inconvenient. Well, there's a lot of gold on those side accessory bits. And there is a decent amount of gold on the main turret. Not a decent. There's a couple of spots of gold on the main turret. But really, there's a lot more silver on this guy.
This isn't just any chat. It's a click of
Okay, that's the end of music. We're going back to the old music. You know, it felt like there were a ton of skulls on this guy. Like golden skulls when I was building him. But really, there's just not that many. Well, not as many as it feels like there should be. Like, this is a tank. This thing should be chock full of them. I mean, again, to be fair, there's a good amount of gold here. There's a ton of gold over here. Like, there's gold everywhere here. Everywhere here. Oh. That's gonna have to be repainted. Okay, let's get... Ooh, what's the next step? I think let's do... Yeah, I definitely should have more skulls. I think I'll do all the bits I base coated with the gray. I think I'll get them all silver right now. Yeah, but I need more on my... Jesus Christ, this wet palette is actually horrible. The wax paper is just... Is there even any water down there anymore? I kind of have to move everything. It's not even the wax. It's not even the wet palette that much, really. It's because of the very aggressive way I was getting paint. Corn took all the skulls. Yes. Corn's throne of skulls. They all even skulls from the tank went to the skull throne. Honestly, I'm considering varnishing and then actually messing it up a little in a couple of areas because it actually gives a really interesting effect. It looks like that area has been partially melted, which again, super interesting effect, and I might use that like for my benefit. Oh, I am dumb. I could have put something interesting in this spot. I just realized this area right here, this little moving turret, I could have put like a Gatling gun. I could have put this. That like fits perfectly. Oh man. That would have been a kit bash. But like imagine if the tank had a giant plasma gun. So plasma gun here, giant laser turret here. Oh man. Oh man, I'm sad I missed that. Like it is a This is the plasma gun, and this is a Biovor's cannon. Like, they are the same size. I even put magnets in this. This is actually, like, magnetic. I actually magnetized it. What am I doing? I literally had the perfect opportunity. Look at this. It's magnetized. No. Like, I even magnetized it. What am I doing? See, like, it's magnetized. This is ready for the future. Okay, to be fair, that will go on another tank or something. Like, I will not let that go to waste. It's just too cool of a gun. But, you know, it's still unfortunate. I'm out of silver. That area sucks. I need to move it. Yeah, it's no biggie. Honestly, I don't think I'll get another dreadnought. If I do, I'll definitely use it there. If not, I might attach it to Imperial Knight when I get one. Hopefully I get one at some point in the future. That's like the one model. You know, one thing that's nice about the bolters, at least, is they come with the holes pre-drilled, so I don't have to worry about messing with them. That would have been really annoying. Honestly, the fact that this guy has such a tiny base is so silly to me. Alright, okay, he doesn't have a tiny base. He has actually a very large base. But look at the chassis of the tank, and then look at his base. This is the base. This is the tank. Like, what is this? I feel like someone messed up here. They were on the design team. They're like, oh, we gotta put a base on this guy. What size should we use? How about, like, I don't know, a fifth, how about half the size of the tank? That sounds like a great idea. It just got too far. I like to imagine it got too far along in development when they realized, and they're just like, it's too late. I feel like the size base that this should have is the size of an Imperial Knight's base. Because that is the right size. That's like almost exactly the perfect size for this tank. Really, the size base. But no, they had to put the tiniest base that could actually... Hear me out. They should have put the tank on this. This is the size base they should have put the tank on. I think this would have been the perfect size. I think because it's the perfect size. See, the plastic thing just barely fits on the base. It would have been the perfect size for the tank. I think that's actually the bolters. Yeah, that's the bolters. So let's move on to the top. Oh, by the way, for reference, this base is the size of what of a teleport Homer base. So like it's I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like I don't think it's a trivia fact, but I'm pretty sure those are the smallest bases Games Workshop sells for 40K. No, not 20. No, that is way smaller than 28. I don't have my ruler. Oh, I do have my ruler here. The power of the ruler. Let's check, but it's way smaller than 28. This is like 20. This is like 20 millimeters. This is a 20 millimeter base. Like, it is a tiny base. And I have like 10 of them. They were all traded. I gave my friend some Space Marine arms. He gave me a ton of extra bases he got from, I think, goblins. Yeah, I think because he didn't want to put goblins on bases for whatever reason. So he just like kind of traded me the bases for a couple of other bases. Couple of Space Marine arms, of which I have a massive amount. Honestly, this has been a really productive stream. We're almost 2 hours in. That's kind of crazy. Just a couple minutes off and we'll be 2 hours in. And we'll have gotten a lot done in that time, honestly. If you look, like, this tank is almost done, really. Because the thing is, this area doesn't matter that much. Because, like, even though it looks really obvious here, when I put this on, a huge amount of that area is completely invisible. Oh my god, that looks so much better with, oh my god. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh. This was actually such a good idea. And by the way, the stats of this gun, I don't know if I've told you guys, the stats of this gun are insane. Here, let me pull up the stats. It is actually crazy how good this gun is. Like, here, super minor break while I pull out the stats. Just because, again, so we can marvel at it. The gun is insane. Heck? Oh. What the heck? Why is this? Give me 2 seconds. This is completely locked in. What the heck? Oh, wait a second. Oh, shit, that's glued down. Yeah, that's it. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, yes. I was able to pull it out somehow. Let's put the box to the side. Big box. Okay, so here are the stats of the laser destroyer. Firstly, it is a heavy weapon. Now, it has a 72-inch range. It does 2 attacks, hits on 3 pluses. Now, here's the big thing. It has 16 strength, minus 4 AP, and it does D6 plus 4 damage. So this thing hits on 3 pluses, wounds on 2 pluses on 99% of models. So wounds on 2 pluses, minus 4 AP, and maximum does 20 damage. That is enough to take an Imperial Knight from full health and leave it at a 5th of its health. That is one of its weapons. Second weapon, devastating wounds, 24 inches. This is the minigun. This is this Gatling gun. 24-inch range. This is a devastating wounds weapon, by the way. 12 attacks that hit on a 3+, 6 strength, no AP sadly, and 1 damage. So not the best, but again, 12 attacks that hit on a 3+ and devastating wounds. Then, this little cyclone pod here is an anti-fly weapon. 24 inches, D3, This isn't an incredible weapon, but a D3 attacks, 3+ to hit, 8 strength, -1 AP, 2 damage each. So this thing is like, oh, you see those Inceptors flying over there? I don't like them. They're dead. Let me find the 4th weapon. This little turret thing up here, it's just a little bit okay. It has a rapid fire 3 attacks, 3+ ballistic, and then just 4 strength and 1 damage. It's not very strong. Then, of course, we get to our lovely rocket pod right here. You know, it's just a little bit of strength to it, you know. 10 attacks that hit on a 3+ and have 4 strength. So, together, this thing can shoot at something. This thing can shoot at infantry 22 attacks that hit on a 3+ with a, or no, not just 22, 25 attacks that hit on a 3+, 4 strength. Half of that is devastating wounds. All of it has AP, and they all do 1 or 2 damage. So it is incredibly powerful. Yeah, we haven't even reached the dual bolters. The heavy stubber and some missiles. Yeah, this thing is insane. This thing is actually insane. Now we'll talk about the heavy bolter. You know, just a little bit. You know, sustained hits, twin linked, 36-inch range, 3 attacks, 3+, 5 strength, -1 AP, 2 damage each. This right here. And then we get to the back, because, you know, it's a tank. Gotta have some guns on the back. And that, you know, it's just a weak little gun, you know. Anti-fly 4+, rapid fire 3, and twin linked. You know, just a weak little gun. 3 attacks, 3 hits on 3+, and 4 strength, 1 damage. I mean, okay, it is an incredibly good tank. But I'm paying 250 points to put this guy on the battlefield. He better be a good tank. If you know what I mean. Like, this guy is expensive. Nonetheless, he is epic. This guy is kind of just insane. Basically, this guy sits in the back, or not even in the back. He sits in the front because he has 16 toughness, 12 wounds. This guy sits in the front and he just looks at something and says, die, and that thing kind of just dies. Yes, because this is also the only heavy armor I have, but it may be the only heavy armor, but this thing, and the craziest part, not only does it have all those guns, this guy can also transfer. He's also a transport. He can move 6 Marines up to the front lines. So this guy, the way this guy is great, you have this insane tank. Yes. So this guy, insane tank, and I can decide to just kind of put, you know, a little bit of support. 3 eradicators. Yes, this guy is ludicrous. Anyways, I do have to take a momentary stream break, unfortunately. I've got to go to the bathroom real quickly. Here, wait, trust. Let me get a marker put on this thing. Trust. Yeah. Wait, trust. I'm just going to do this. There we go. Boom, like that. Oop. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back in a little. Yep. See you later, Catacrafter. Okay, if anyone is watching, I'm back. Unfortunately, a good friend of the channel, Chaotic Crafter Zero, was gone, but we shall survive without, unfortunately. Likely the last interactions I'll have on stream. Then I'll be gone. Hello, if anyone is watching. I am just putting, not finishing touches per se, but I'm definitely getting a lot closer to that. I've done the main highlighting of the chassis, so now we are just putting some nice silver detailing. Hello everyone. Just putting some detailing on this Repulsor Executioner. So yeah, if anyone wants to talk and chat, I would be happy to oblige. But yeah, if no one is talking, then I'll just let the music play. Oh, shoot. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I just realized most of the tank wasn't on screen. Hello, everyone who's jumping in. I'm just painting this Repulsor Executioner at the moment. If anyone wants to talk at all, I would be happy to have a chat. Let's get our silver back. Where is the silver? Oh, it was literally right there. I just missed it. Okay, let's get our silver back out. And let's put this on the tank. Yeah, just gotta grab the silver so we can actually do something with it. If anyone watching is enjoying the content, I would appreciate it if you liked and maybe even subscribed if you like it that much. Wow, that was unpopular. They heard like and subscribe and they're like, oh my god, he's another one. And hey, maybe the buzzwords will get the algorithm to be like, oh yeah, this guy's big. Oh shoot. Hello, whoever's watching. I'm just putting some metallics on this Repulsor Executioner. If you want to chat at all or ask any questions, I would be happy to answer or talk. Honestly, this guy is probably going to be finished today. Just because he's really so close. Just these guns. Cleaning up details. And then the side and varnish and he's done. Because, yeah, I can't see much else. And it really needs to be done. Oh. Almost forgot that. That would have been mildly unfortunate. Nice, nice, nice. Hello everyone, I'm just putting some details on this Repulsor Executioner. If you want to talk at all or ask any questions, I'd be happy to answer. I do have the top actually fully completed, so you can see we're really making some progress. We're really almost done here. So yeah, just putting up the metallics, cleaning up anything that's not like clean really. Even then, I won't clean up too many, just because that does like look a lot like battle damage with the silver. So yeah, I think, what are my next steps? I think I'm gonna put some silver detailing over here, then really complete everything that I've kind of been holding off on. And then that's the fun part. We're gonna do all these side bits. Okay. And of course, touching up any and all details. But yeah, that's the plan. If anyone is in chat, I will talk. If anyone's interested. Countercrafter really makes these a lot more interesting. Got some tank here. No, just a little bit of tank, a normal dude. We'll be doing some touch-ups next, I think. Let's grab some black paint so we can touch up the tubes. Then I think I'll use some green, clean up all the small errors and details while applying them that I made while applying the metallics. And then we'll look over everything, make sure everything's looking good. And then we can start off on the last few details, the highlighting, the stuff I do with metallics like null and oil and highlighting. So all that fun stuff. Although we really don't need to do much highlighting. The metallics look very good because of the base coating. Although I do need to do a decent amount of touch-ups because it was a very aggressive method to get my brush to do this at any speed at all. But that also means that I made a lot of, not mistakes, but certainly things that need to be touched up. You know, upsides and downside. On the upside, it's a really quick way of doing it without an airbrush. Like a really quick way. It only took me a couple hours instead of a couple days or months. On the downside, it's kind of messy, which, you know, honestly is no big deal. Why am I even taking this back? This doesn't matter. But I have to do it. If I'm gonna do it, if I'm not gonna do it, then I'm not gonna do it right. No, that's not. If I'm going to not do something, then I'm gonna at least do it right. Put a little bit of black. Even though this area will always be hidden for as long as this tank exists, it's just nice to know I made it look clean. No, it's nice for my mental state, I guess. When did you get a tank? I got this yesterday. I got this alongside my Inceptors, which I live streamed building. I believe you were there for that live stream, actually. But yeah, tank's actually almost done. I swear I saw you. Okay, even if you weren't there, I built Inceptors, which I will be making a short about soon enough. Just have to stop being lazy about that. Let's see, where do I need to do touch-ups? Ah, I see. I need some green. Let's see, touch-ups, touch-ups, touch-ups. Touch-ups, 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 touch-ups. Oh, you can see what I was doing, sorry. Okay, this tank is honestly almost done. It's gonna be so cool when it's done. We just have one major thing left, really. I'll show you, actually. These tubes, and then these bits to the side, and then I'm going to varnish. And the tank will be complete. That will be cool. So this is what the tank looks like. This tank is like insane on the field of battle. Like insanely good. But yeah, that'll be fun. Bang. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, that's normal. Okay, never mind. Wait. Oh my god, wait. Hear me out. This is the best idea I've ever had. Okay? Literally the best idea I've had in my life. We have a space marine. No, he can't fit. No, the space marine's so close. Wait. Bigger brain idea. Wait. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. There's a space marine. There's a space marine. This is the biggest brain idea I've ever had in my life. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. Wait, I'm cooking. Wait. We are going to, with this space marine, we're going to put glue on his base. We're going to put him inside the tank. This is the best idea. This is the brightest idea I've ever had in my life. Definitely. We're gonna put this extra space marine inside the tank. And he's glued to the tank. He's inside. He'll be ready when the world needed him most. When the tank is destroyed, he'll just pop right out. Oh, that's such a cool Easter egg to have in my tank. Oh my gosh. So it'll just be there. You will have no idea when the top is on. But when I take it off, there'll just be a space marine inside. Oh my god, this is such a good idea. This is literally the brightest idea I've ever had in my life. Definitely trust. Okay, super fun. We have put a space marine inside of the tank. So now we have a Space Marine inside. Super cool. So now we're going to finish up the painting. Let's put some dings. This guy needs a little bit of silver on him. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to end stream soon, fortunately. Let's put some battle damage on this guy. Very durable Space Marine tank, so this is a lot of battle damage. Ooh. Lots of random dings and such all over the model. Hello everyone in chat. I am just putting a little bit of battle damage on this something executioner. Wait, let me double check. This Repulsor Executioner. So yeah, just putting some dings and scratches. Cool. Cool. Look at that. Some real battle damage. And then when I put my matte varnish on, I can smudge it a tiny bit in like a corner to make it look like a melter rifle blasted there. Oh man, such a good idea. What do I have left? Honestly, it's just this and here. So let's get some base coat. And then we're gonna base coat the tube. We're going to put some bronze here. And then, here's the fun part. These little details on the side, we're gonna do all of them. So we're gonna do some intricate stuff there. Hopefully it extracts a little battle damage. Oh, the sky is gonna look epic. This tank is gonna be so cool. I'm so excited to, I might make a video on this. Oh, and to anyone who's in chat, I did this really cool thing. Space Marine inside of the tank. I'm excited. Being reminded of 10 o'clock things. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, let's get some paint for base coating. Let's get started. Once I finish this tank, I'll probably end stream very quickly after. Or I very well might have to end stream before then. This tank will be a while yet. But at the same time, it's both so close and yet so far. Because on the one hand, this tank is like, we're just doing the last details, really. But on the other hand, the last details are going to be a while. It's a lot of details. It's a lot of details. Here, let's get some base coating material. We're actually so close to finishing this Repulsor Executioner. He's going to be so cool when he's done. So excited for this. Actually, so excited for this. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can. Hello, everyone in chat. I'm just putting some, not finishing per se, but definitely getting close to the end of this Repulsor Executioner. Just putting on the pipes, like the last couple pipes. I already did touch-ups, so it's really just gonna be pipes, some small detailing, and then varnish. And then this bad boy's done. We'll maybe glue something, maybe. And then again, this tank will be complete. It's gonna be so cool. I'm actually so excited right now. I spent last night till 1 in the morning and then basically all of today on this tank, which is probably some of the most consecutive time I've spent on a single miniature. The fact that it's gonna pay off so well, oh my god. Actually so excited for this. I'm gonna have to let this, once I varnish it though, it's gonna have to be sitting for a long time. Because it's such a big model that I'm gonna have to varnish it twice in different areas. And I don't want to even like stand a chance of smudging it. So I'm gonna have to let it sit here for like, not the whole night. Not the whole night for sure. But definitely like 20, 30 minutes. Just for safety, because I have smudged the top a little already. Ooh, it's gonna be cool. Okay. We're so close. Let's get some Balthazar Gold out for bronze. Get our Balthazar Gold. This tank, let me show you the front of this tank. Dinged up, scratches from the war. Honestly, I'm really considering doing something interesting with the varnish, where I actually intentionally smudge it. Because when you do, it looks like a melt-a-blast. Melted that area. So cool. Hello, everyone in chat. I am putting finishing details almost on this tank. Just doing this bronze tubing, or bronze exhaust. So yeah, once we finish this, we'll be on the final details. Because I've already done most of the finishing touches. It's just completion of the last few details. Then we varnish, and this bad boy's done. We got the perfect music for the moment. We're on one of the big secret bosses. $100? Oh man, I put a lot of time into that game. How many hours? This tank, I have put 4 plus, oh my god, 12, really, 4 plus 12. Oh my god. This tank alone, I've put over 10 hours, like almost 20 hours into. It's kind of crazy. But it's looking so good, like the effort is worth it. This tank, when this tank is done, this tank's gonna be so cool. Honestly, I'm considering ending stream because it's a very chill time. Once I finish the exhaust, you guys can look at it. Then I will do the flames and such in silence. Because although that's really cool, no one's really sticking around. Again, we're just doing the last details, and then we'll do the fun part where I put the flames, because this is a salamander's tank. So for a salamander's tank, we got to put flames everywhere. And just got to wrap up the last few details to get to that fun part. But no one's sticking around. Oh, hi, Onway. Ah, you are unlucky. It will be snowing the entire night. I'm just going to do it all tomorrow morning. But yeah, you actually skipped the boring part. So now we're almost done. We're just doing the last bits of the bronze. Sorry, just grabbing some paint. Just doing these last bits of the bronze. And then we're going to put on fire and symbols. Sisyphus, everyone knows Sisyphus is happy. One must imagine Sisyphus happy for, yeah. Because if Sisyphus was not happy, then he wouldn't have done it. I believe the saying goes something like, one must imagine Sisyphus happy, or something. I don't remember what the something was. Okay, that was the bronze. You know what we're finally getting to? We're finally gonna put the flames on. This is gonna be so cool, guys. Okay, let's get my fire colors. We got our red. We got our orange. We got our bright orange. We got our yellow. This is gonna be so cool. Let's do this. Okay, so first we need to just figure out really quickly, where do we want to put these fire icons? Here, let's just put this on top for the moment so we can get a proper perspective. I'm thinking fire. Here. Where else though? Fire here. Fire. Oh, I got it. So I guess you can actually see. So one fire here for sure. At least one fire. I'm honestly thinking of fire for both of these. A fire on the opposite side over here, the same area. And then where else? Maybe the door? No, not the door. Oh, I know. Right here. Yeah, that sounds good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fires. Let's get started. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so these are gonna be big fires. So let's start from the back. We're gonna do. Oh, this is gonna be so fun. I'm actually so excited for this. You have no idea. Okay, let's get red paint shook up, and we will get the fire started. Let's start painting the flames. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot of red paint. A lot of red paint for this. Okay, that should be enough. Let's go. Operation Fire has begun. So we're gonna put it right here right here is easier for you guys to see. So we'll start off here. Okay, now we're going to really fill out this fire. Oh, it's a fire icon. Oh, you're still outside? Oh. Yeah, I was wondering why you were chatting so infrequently. Usually you're very much like the main person in chat. Oh, but that explains it. But yeah. Well, this fire will keep you warm. Oh, look at the fire. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this. I'm actually so excited. Funnily enough, my time writing in Japanese has actually been so helpful for my painting skills, or at least for like my free hand skills, because Japanese is meant. Oh, wait! Oh my god! Oh my god! This is the best! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, I didn't think of this before. This is such a good idea. Oh my god! I am going to put the word for fire in Japanese on the front of this rhino. Or not this rhino, this repulsor. Yes. Oh, this is such a good idea. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this properly. Let's get some paint on my brush. You will put the word for fire on the rhino. On the why do I keep saying rhino? On the Repulsor Executioner. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. Okay. June. Oh, gotta get more paint. Oh, yes. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm actually so excited. Oh my god, imagine this looking fiery though. I'm actually so excited for this. This is so cool. Okay, we got fire on the front of the tank. On the back, we have the fire icons of the salamanders. So let's fill these icons out. They actually look epic. Now, we have our fire icons on the back. Now, we go back to the front. We have the kanji for fire in Japanese. That's going to be so cool. Now, we're going to put fire here. Good start on that one. YouTube can hear the excitement in my voice and is sending people to stream. It's funny. Even if no one's in chat, besides, of course, anyway. Odin, are you still outside? Oh, that's a really ugly fire. Wait, let's do this. Got some fire. Oh, man. But guess what I have? I have this super cool tank. Yes. You can see I'm putting the fire icons on. They look a little lame. They look a little, not lame. They don't look lame. Not at all. But they do look a little underwhelming. But once, what did I want to say? I'm trying to think. Wait, what did I want to say? Right. Once I put the proper highlighting and such on them, they're going to be so cool. And stream probably isn't going to end that soon. And by the time it does end, it's going to be very late for me. So honestly, I'm probably going to finish the tank on stream and then go almost immediately to sleep. Because it's already like 10:10 for me. For a quick discussion could be fine. Ooh. Yeah, 5 minutes is fine. 5 minutes is fine. Fire is looking fire. I put the Japanese kanji for fire on the tank. Actually an incredible idea. Oh, 211? Oh, the goblin one? Wait, the goblin one? Or is it like something else? Is it a different one? The goblin one? Oh, okay. Big, important question, kind of. 4 chapters? I mean, yeah, he drops like 5 every day. Look at the tank, though. Oh my god, it's so cool. Oh my god, I actually love this tank so much. Let's get our highlights on this fire. Let's get this burning. Actually, the perfect background music for this moment. Actually, the perfect background music. Super epic for the moment. As we get our fire. Let's keep going. Let's put these fire insignia. Ooh. Oh, you can't see it. The fire insignia look on fire. Do you wanna... No, I got a ton of work to do tomorrow, unfortunately. Because I didn't do it today, which means tomorrow's going to be busy. Unfortunately, and the shoveling is going to be bad on its own. So that's going to take enough time that my free time tomorrow will be... I mean, that's the reason I'm doing all this now. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, not much that can be done. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. There we go. I have no idea how I got that epic look, but I did. Okay. Look at those fire. This is actually so exciting for me. I love this so much. Okay, let's get, not this, but let's get our next level. A bright orange. And then it's going to be orange mixed with yellow with the tiniest bits of true yellow. This takes significantly longer than transfers, but the effort is so worth it. Okay. It's so fiery. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. This model is actually quickly becoming one of the ones that I truly love. Let's go back to the fiery script. Imagine if I knew the Japanese script for Unto the Anvil of Battle into the Fires of War. That would be cool. Hello everyone. I'm just doing some fire effects on the chassis of this tank, of the Repulsor Executioner. It's honestly going really well so far. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. But yeah, if anyone wants to talk in chat, I am open for discussion. So this is probably the last level of fire I'll do. Oh, that's just yellow. Okay. I need to mix this in a little. There we go. That's gonna need some yellow. Okay, let's go to the back. Let's finish up these fires. So happy with this. Jeez. I'm just so excited. I'm actually so excited. so good. So fiery. So cool. Definitely gonna need to blend that in a little more. Grab some red. Blend that in. Create an orange. Put a gradient here. It's too fiery over there. Not fiery, too bright. Oh, that looks better. It actually looks better. Okay, now, this is the final step. We're going to pull out my thinnest, smallest brush. And only for the middle fire. The script of fire in Japanese. We are going to take the brush filled with a tiny, tiny bit of paint and go over in yellow. Okay. I think we're done. I honestly think we're done with the tank. Oh my god. It's so cool. Got an ad. So gotta fix that up. Okay, guys. I honestly think it's the end of the stream. I think we're done. I think the tank is finished. Okay. Ending stream. 10 seconds. Very good stream. Very productive. I'm incredibly happy with how this turned out. It was a great time hanging out with everyone. See you guys later.